Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Cloud Native Sustainability Week meeting. This meeting is part of the working group, no, not the working group, the Technical Advisory Group for Environment Sustainability. Today is Thursday, the 14th of September. And please be aware that this is a CNCF community meeting, so it falls under the CNCF Code of Conduct, which can be summarized to be just awesome to each other. And right. So in this call, we will go over the project board. The Cloud Native Sustainability Week is planned for the second week of October. So we have around about 1 month, a little bit less, happens the event. So pretty soon, if we go to the board, we have a bunch of tickets. Most of these on the left side, we don't need to think about those right now. Not so much happened. So let's just open the first one. Social media promotion. Right, so on this side, actually not that much happened because we discussed with the PR team, the CNCF PR team, how to just promote the event. And they shared with us Twitter post templates, which we can use. The CNCF is aware of pushing the event. They also tweeted about this and posted on LinkedIn some things. And Christina did a great job posting also for the tag. So I think for the social media promotion, this is right now in good hands. Anything, Christina, that we need to be aware of here? Anything that we need to work on?
I think right now we are good. I guess it would be good to promote the events once they will be announced by the local meetup organizers. But that is probably a little bit too early at this point. I'm not sure if we kind of communicated a way how they can ask us to promote it or if we should just monitor the hashtag.
Yeah, there's no like official way how to reach us. So just to
Maybe they
call.
can tag us, our
Yeah.
account.
So maybe, I mean, like a lot of meetups are already published. Actually, the meetup in Hamburg published today.
Nice.
So yeah, big steps, big steps. So I think maybe like probably 2 weeks before the event, like all meetups should be published, I think. So maybe we can have just maybe we can go like continent by continent or so, or region by region, I don't know. And then have, I don't know, like 2 weeks before, like on Monday or so, have like a post like these are the meetups in Scandinavia or so. These are the meetups in North America. Any other day, maybe this could be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, we can look into that maybe in the coming week or two.
Yeah.
Maybe create a template that we
Yeah.
could just use.
But I mean, these
Publish
things,
this.
we can also do this like pretty ad hoc. We don't need to do like a lot
Yep.
of planning. It's just like one post. So, yep.
Mm.
All right. Sounds good. I also talk because we, this is another ticket, but it also falls under social media promotion regarding blog posts that we are planning to write blog posts about some cloud native sustainability tooling. So, for example, blog posts about Kepler and Scaphandra and Cube Green, and also now one about Linkerd, maybe some others as well, maybe one about WASM. And a few of the authors asked me if how we also promote these blog posts. So I guess I just answer that we promote them as we promote any other blog post. So the blog posts are also published to the CNCF blog, so they do a post over LinkedIn, and we will do a post as well. So next to the meetups, we may also post some things about the blogs.
Yeah.
Right. The next one, welcome slides. I don't think anything happened on this one. We are kind of waiting for the artworks from the CNCF artworks team. So right now nothing happened. I was thinking maybe because I'm not sure like how long it takes for the CNCF to create these artworks and if they make it in time. So I will probably need to reach out to them again to ask like how long it probably takes. Because if not, you probably need to do some lightweight designing ourselves. But I think like in the next week, we should work on the welcome slides. So I can do that, I guess. About the gifts for attendees and organizers, there was a little bit of discussions around like, are there any like in-person gifts? Also, Hohen was asking about t-shirts, also over Slack. They also created like a mock-up for a t-shirt, and I reached out to the CNCF if, from a legal point of view, it's okay to print this t-shirt. But we ended up on both sides that we just push or distribute codes. So I think nothing happened on this side. But for the probably next 2 weeks, we should also get the codes. Probably ask Katie, or at least know like how long it takes to create those codes. If there's like a big process behind it, I don't think so, because she created at some point a code like just right away. So I don't think there's a lot of work. But get the discount codes. Right. The next one, a meeting with the local meetup organizers. So we had one a couple of weeks ago, and I was posting today the meeting invite for, I think in 2 weeks, 28th of September, which is a Thursday. Again, we will have like one meeting EU time, like in the morning and in the evening. So we cover kind of more or less like all the time zones. And so this is the second meeting. And this meeting, I was thinking just to give also like a written guide to the meetup organizers. And the idea is that they have like an overview. Okay, these are the welcome slides. So this is like how you can introduce the event. These are the codes which you can distribute during the event. This is like basically everything that we have planned. So in the next 2 weeks, there's a little bit of work which we need to do just to plan this meeting. The first meeting was kind of just like a discussion round, very minimal. So I think the second one, there's a little bit more like, yeah, a little bit more behind it, I guess. Right, the artworks. So as I mentioned, we are still waiting on the response from the CNCF. Like 2 weeks ago, they mentioned that they are still working on it. So hopefully they have something soon. So as you can see, we kind of filled this like early of August, the creative brief. So I guess if they are saying, okay, maybe it takes 1 week, that's fine. But if it takes like 3 weeks and we need to see maybe if we create like some designs ourselves. The next one, TAG Environmental Sustainability, the virtual meetup. Right, so for this one, we have now the Bevy group. So we are enabled that we can host the event. We should do like a demo session maybe before we actually organize the event, so that we are familiar with like any commands that we might need to press as like hosts, because I have no idea how the virtual platform works. But I guess it's not too difficult.
I think there is a course, at least like short tutorials for Bevy,
Yeah,
how to use that available. I know it's at least for KCDs. It is available, but it probably is public. I can check if I can find those links.
yeah, could be very helpful. Yeah. Did you already hosted a virtual event over Bevy?
No. We kind of kept us a bit on the side. I know that Max from the tag, they did for KCD Ukraine, and they had challenges
Ah,
with that, where they had to do
I
some
remember.
ad
Yeah,
hoc changes during the event.
yeah, that's
And
not so nice.
yeah, so probably could have a chat with him as well about it. But I can see at least if I can find those links with tutorials. They're like quite short, I think.
Sounds great. Yeah, and we also need to. So Nancy is working on the agenda for the event. So I I think I wrote down like some things. So I'm thinking that we don't like have like a crazy big event. 2 hours or so should be like um good enough, that we have like enough time to talk about cloud native, like the tag, what we are doing, like also the working groups, maybe that we mention it, like how to contribute, and that we have maybe 2 talks from like some folks outside who are just talking about cloud native sustainability. And I was also thinking about reaching out to some speakers like this week, who are quite kind of like active also in the scene, but haven't filled out the CFP yet, which we shared. Sometimes you just need to directly like ping people. So I think this is like for next 2 weeks until next meeting, that we kind of get the agenda in place, that we find and select speakers. We will also close the CFP in the next 2 weeks, so I think this kind of falls good into place. And we should also announce the virtual event at some point, right? So probably in 2 weeks. Um, should be fine. And we have like 2 or 3 weeks or so. 2 weeks. Right. Next one, or under review. Okay, the badges, there's nothing right now which we need to do. Maybe we can ping the Linux Foundation once more, so they are just aware of this. And besides that, there's nothing here to do. And the surveys are also done. So we can just put links to these surveys, open up the surveys, and that's it. It's all the tickets.
So for the next 2 weeks, is there anything specific, is there anything specific that is kind of a bit more critical to ensure that we follow up? Is it the
Yeah, I
template
think
for the slides?
we should like clarify definitely the artworks part and get
Mhm.
the slides ready. And we have in 2 weeks the meeting with the local meetup organizers. So I think for us this is like a good like interim goal, because the local meetup organizers kind of expect to have like a full picture about everything, right? They
Mhm.
want to know, like, this is also the goal of the meeting, that we share with them the welcome sites and everything. So kind of we have like the requirement because of this meeting to have everything ready by then, which is, I think, fine or very good, because if we like notice, okay, there's like something missing, or the local meetup organizers have like some questions, there is still like time after that to make the adjustments. So I think that's like a very good like checkpoint for us. And we need to get the virtual meetup kind of yeah, scheduled in latest 2 weeks, get the speakers, get the agenda, and test out the platform. So I think like we are not in a rush on any of these tasks, but we have quite a little bit to do, I guess, until like in the next 2 weeks.
Shall we maybe create a checklist of what information we need to have in place for the meeting with local organizers that we could just add to the issue?
Yeah, sounds great. Yeah. You just have
And we
here
could see if there is
checkboxes.
anything stale that someone needs to follow up directly, like the credit badges that you mentioned that we need to reach out to Linux
Yeah,
Foundation.
I can write this. Yeah, reach. Um, it's- Yeah, there's probably a little bit more missing here. We need to do a little bit more, I guess. But as a starting
Yeah.
point.
I can also go through it and then
Yeah,
comment
yeah,
if
yeah.
I figure
I mean, I
anything
kind
more
of
out.
think like, yeah, the like the meeting is just, I think like what is also very important is that we also show like the bigger picture, all the meetups which are planned, you know, all the things that we prepared and so on. Red block series. What
I think I lost you, Leo. I haven't heard anything. You were trying to say something. I think you broke up. Was it just me? Oh,
the Christina, I think we talked about this maybe over Slack. The blog post, because we are a couple of months ago Kiana also wrote or had the idea of writing like an introductory blog post for the tag, like what is cloud native sustainability, like an introduction to the field. And I think you expressed your thoughts writing a blog post. Are you planning it for the sustainability week or afterwards, or what are your thoughts on that?
Do you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear
Yeah,
you.
okay. Because you broke up, so I wasn't sure if you
Ah,
if I got with me everything you said. Regarding the blog post, yeah, I was interested in kind of helping out on that. I haven't started on it yet, to be honest. I don't think we kind of clarified the deadline and if we should get it as part of
yeah.
the event itself or if it's kind of independent. We could probably do it.
Maybe
As
this
part
could
of the
also
event.
be like a good blog post for KubeCon. So like
Yeah,
that we publish with KubeCon, KubeCon NA.
yeah, because maybe that would make sense. Because if there will be a project, a tag meeting as well,
Yeah,
then we could have something to show for the newcomers as well. So then it would give a bit more time to work on it, which is nice. I think it's it's a bit more. There are a bit more requirements to it based on the initial issue
yeah,
with the blog post. So we need to ensure that it's well written. But I can definitely help out on that. Yeah.
yeah. We can also write this together, or we can see, because maybe this, yeah, I don't know, like if like how long this blog post should be. I can see that it can get quite extensive quickly. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm,
All right.
yeah. Let's take it. I think I need to think about it as well, and maybe we can also just if we create a doc where we could work, then maybe we could also share it with
Yeah,
others so that they can come with
yeah.
suggestions as well. So we can adjust as we go.
All right. Would you like to open up an issue for that?
Yeah, I can do that.
Awesome. All right. That's kind of it with all the tickets at least. Um, right. So I think we are kind of in a good position. Need to work on some details, but we are not in a rush on any tickets, which is nice. But in the next 2 weeks, there's quite a bit to do. But everything is like on schedule, I guess. So sounds good.
Yep.
I will stop sharing my screen and stop the recording.